Yeah, so we were trying to cut the donut, the buffer, cut it into four pieces. And yeah, we're gonna cut it, and again, the editor is our friend. So if you guys got all the way to get this buffer here, you want to cut, you can come here to editor and start editing. And then while we have all these different things, you want to pick the one that has the multiple ring buffer.
Can you start over?
Alright, sure. Okay, yeah. So let me start over. We have this editor bar, and if you don't find the editor bar, you don't need to panic because it's usually not there. So you just right click on the toolbar and a window will come up with lots of bars that you can pick from, and one of those can be the editor. So you just come, if the editor bar is not here, you just right click like this and you have all these different bars, right? You can pick the editor. And then you can start editing like this. And then it's going to ask you to pick one of the things. You pick the multiple ring buffer. That's the one that we just created there. And okay. So we want to select a piece of the buffer because the buffer is composed of two things. One small circle and the donut around it. And we want to cut each of these pieces into 4 parts. So what you do is you're going to select feature and you're going to select one of them. Oh, wait a minute, select the, yeah, it's always good to turn the other stuff off so that you don't select the wrong one. So now we can select just the inner one, right? And then here in the editor, there is one that's called cut polygons. You can just pick it. So you see, it snaps to the, you see, you don't need to put exactly on the line, it goes there on itself, so it's a bit easier to do it. So you can click here, it's going to snap to the next one. Once you drew this line, right, you're left clicking to get these lines. Then you can right click and finish sketch. When you do this, ta-da, it cut in 2. Then you just repeat the same thing on the other side, like this. And click, finish sketch, and then you have 4. Done that, then you can go to selection, clear the selection so that you can select the other one, right? You can select the donut part. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go to the cut polygon part, cut the polygons tool, and then you're just going to do like the 4 points where you want to cut it. Finish the sketch, so it's going to cut, and then we're going to have here, here, here. Maybe when you do yours, you can do it like nice, and then you finish editing, stop editing and save the edits. So now if you look at the multiple ring buffer, if you go to the attribute table, you see that it has 8 pieces now. Each piece has distance, has length, and all these things, right? But it's 8 pieces, so that you can select them as you will. So if you want to have this part, you can select that and use that for the calculations, for the selecting, for the overlaying, for the clipping or whatnot that you want to do with this side. Why do we do this? Because in the exercise, for some reason, we need to see how many houses are affected if the wind blows from the southeast. So the wind is coming this direction. So you want to pick this part of the buffer and see all the stuff that is under here. And then there is a different part of the exercise. It's like, what if the wind comes the other way? So if the wind is coming this way, then you're going to pick this part here and here. and you're going to do a calculation like that. And the calculations are the same as before, like select by location, you clip stuff, and then you go on some summary statistics, or you go select and go to the statistics, just like we did for the rural-urban example in the previous exercise, and just like we're going to do for every other scenario in this one. And there's also a part that asks you for what kind of social functions or what type of city functions that are going to be affected. So you have these JPEG files. Those are pictures showing a map with the city, with like schools and like hospitals and stuff. So you can pick, there's this one, SC3 for example. You get this picture over there. So when you zoom in, you'll be able to see like, you have here like Husum and what parts of Husum that are affected. So say when they have yeah, well, you can make it bigger too. I should make it bigger too, so that we're able to read it. Yeah, there you go, right? So apparently if the wind comes from southeast, the tennis court is okay. But if it goes from southwest, then the tennis court is going to be poisoned, and the school is going to be poisoned too. Right? So, and of course, because you have like the first, if the gas goes for 1 kilometer, if the gas goes for 2 kilometers, so you have these different scenarios according to how much time it takes for the gas to spread. So the exercise is going to ask things about that too, like when the gas is at 2 kilometers, what gets affected, and then you look, oh yeah, it's the ice hockey rink is affected, and other things will get affected. So there's a part of the question that's like, are there any important like buildings and important institutions that are affected by the accident? Then you can answer based on that. So that was the part 4 of the exercise, part 2 of the exercise. No, part 3, sorry. Yeah, part 3, yeah. I didn't have much sleep last night. So. Okay, so part 3. Then you have part 4 of the exercise, and that's the final one. And it doesn't have much mapping actually in that. So just a bit of mapping, but most of it is not really much mapping. So if there's no question about this part 3, I'm going to go to the part 4, and then we try to finish that, and I don't know, hopefully we're going to finish before 12. Because you guys have that city walk with Ulla later on, right? We're going to walk around the city. So I'm just going to turn off these layers here so that we can start with new stuff. So, scenario 3. Then this is about a lot of accidents and then you're going to be looking at municipalities beyond Örnsköldsvik. We're going to have all the municipalities in the county actually. You have all the municipalities in entire Sweden, but you probably don't want to have all municipalities in entire Sweden. So you're going to have to delete some of those. And then you have an Excel file with accidents like fires, car accidents, drownings, and all these things for different years. And you're going to first open the Excel file, work a bit in that, and then you're going to save it, and then you're going to put it in the ArcGIS, and then you can map in ArcGIS. Compared to the stuff that we do in the previous scenarios, this one's not going to be too complicated. So you got your file here. It's called Ulix 1, when you open it, you see you have only the communes in this county, right? And then you have all the different, like fires in buildings, fires outside of buildings, traffic accidents, drownings, and like leakage of gases, right? And then you have population in different years. So the exercise is going to ask you to calculate things like how many fires per 1,000 people happen in the different municipalities, and then maybe make a map or make a graph on that. This is very similar to the first part of the previous exercise, where you had like how many conflicts in each province, and then you map it, and you had the quantiles and that. Do you remember that? This can be something very similar to that, right? Where you can use Excel to calculate how many of these accidents per 10,000 people happen. So you can just go and create a new column here, right? You can just here say fires per population. Let's call this, right? And then say equals, say, no, let's pick, add this one, no, let's say this one here. This divided by the population, and this is the population before, right? Population, but we want this to be 10,000, right? So also further divided by 10,000. And then this should give you like number of fires that happen per 10,000 people. And then you can just go like you guys know how to calculate stuff in Excel, or if you don't, probably it's like I did here. It's much simpler than doing this. How many here don't really know how to calculate the Excel part? Okay, yeah. In Excel, up there, have this fx, the function of x. You can calculate things. You can use this basically as a calculator. So there are a couple of signs that we want to use when we're calculating. So in that particular formula, right, we have H3, so column 3, row 3, column H here, right? Because this is the column that has the fires outside of buildings. So we have H3, right? When you want to divide things in Excel, you divide using this backdash, divided, and then the under part. What we're trying to do with this here is like it would be like